Hi, I'm John Dunn, and once again, it is Spilled Ink, our second virtual Spilled Ink. It's been going pretty well. I have been doing some writing for, I was inspired by a friend of mine where he did autocorrect, and he typed, a sentence contains a subject and a verb, or also contains a verb, but it came out with fountains instead of contains for autocorrect. So I was like, oh, fountains of verbs. So I came up with what I call Scrivener's Paradise. All right, here's how it goes. Scrivener's Paradise. All right, here we go. Try it again. I'm learning how to mute, so we're getting it. Scrivener's Paradise. There's a hidden valley just over yonder where the scribblers and scribes often wander with pen and paper weighing down their packs. They are anxious to write both fiction and facts. The valley is filled with fountains flowing with verbs, old orchards of adjectives, and have you heard? There's chattering conjunctions hiding in tall chestnut trees, while indigenous interjections snap at the buzzing bees. Placid prepositions rest without making a sound. Petulant pronouns roam around the grounds. Antsy articles meander searching for crumbs as weathered writers scrawl witty phrases one by one. This valley of wonderment created by God, who whispered, then waving, gave a slight nod, releasing rushing rivers and a mountainous range, then miraculously he brought forth seasons of change. Ask any proud poet to show you the way. You'll be quietly invited and later asked to stay. Gladly deciphering verses of dribble and drool, you'll soon be writing in this valley well schooled. And that is my, I don't know, I would unmute you, but go down to the reactions, and if you liked it, let's do that. Give me a thumbs up or a clap. All right, and let me see if I can try one other thing. I know I am the host, so how do I do that here? Maybe this.
Try going to participate.
Yes, there we go. I was like, how do I, and there's got to be a way I can unmute everybody at one time after we're done. But I'm still working on that, but we'll get there. But that's what I've been working on all week. I've been playing around with it and had a real good time with it. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did last week. We're going to go from left to right. Now I have 9 of us, so I'm like, we do totally look like the Brady Bunch, and Kimberly Ray is in the, the Alice position. So, and but we'll start. I'm going to start Lesley at the top. Lesley Tyson. If you guys would do me a big favor, you know I like to take the records. If you go to your chat and write down what you are going to read tonight, it's easier for me to take it and transcribe it from for my records. So, all right, Lesley, take it away.
Okay, once I get my iPad unlocked, and I'll send you the titles after I've read.
Excellent.
Actually, I have to invent them too. So I'm reading some stuff. Oh wow, yeah, it's ways back. So it's kind of some fun stuff, and you know, with some of the things that are going on, the inspirations are just being as weird. So this first one is The Trouble with Dreaming. The trouble with dreaming inspiration is that the words have not yet been invented to describe what the mind's eye sees. Dreams are like avant-garde films where the bizarre scenes are linked only by a tenuous subconscious logic. The messages are impossible to decipher without an index to the library of the thoughts and impressions locked in the deep subconscious vault. Then there are the memories brought to such full color life, real, the frozen body, and so real the frozen body insists on moving out of the way of pain, insists on succumbing to the embrace of pleasure, even at the price of waking. No wonder, then, a poetic journal of nighttime fantasies reads more like a hallucination than remembrance. The amateur dreamer is no closer to solving the series of riddles that pass for a waking life. Okay. Commedia dell'arte. You accept an invitation to escape to the Commedia dell'arte of the dark night and the narrow streets that provide glimpses of birds of paradise in the streetlights. You arrive at Gare du Nord station at the beginning or the end of a journey. You search for the Orient Express and you notice the impresario standing on a platform above the tracks. While waiting for an orchestra to finish tuning, you join him to conduct a game of trains in a foreign language. And from inside the station, you can hear a desperate diva singing for the crowds, for the money, singing the same song that tempted you from your hotel balcony overlooking the Arno to begin this crazy quilt search for something you have only recently lost and will not recognize until the bloodshot sunrise banishes these night-stalking fantasies, returns you home to the anemic imitation of the carnival reality of dreams. Okay. No, that's not the one. Oh, come on, because I had one. Okay. Place out of time. Arriving, you attend the conference where words challenge the senses. There is brunch with an exotic menu. Poetic performance becomes tantalizing dessert. You are surrounded by words like light through the trees or rain on the ocean. Everything becomes metaphoric. Dinner becomes comfort, food soothing. And after a nightcap of music, you return to the luxurious retreat to submerge in the womb of the bath decorated in cut glass and deco tile. Exhausted, you climb into a cloud bed and float to sleep in a canopy of stars. Morning arrives like perfumed elixir. Breakfast offers more choice between the mundane and the marvelous. Throughout the day, there are more exotic temptations and treats. Sometimes even the familiar, just slipping behind another face in the crowd. There is food, and you savor the gourmet meal of words, music, music, words, words, music. Each flavor, foreign or familiar. And you realize this is a festival of nourishment. Your senses constantly devouring, feeling, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting. The words are food, poetry, the nourishment, just as necessary as breathing.
That was my favorite one. I wish I could. I have to do a better job at how to figure out to take off unmute on everybody without just going and clicking off everyone. So here.
Well, and I hope you did not catch my printer powering up for no reason except a black or a tuxedo cat decided to walk on it.
All right. I think it's working well. I really like that last one.
Okay.
Very, very beautiful.
I love the phrase "festival of nourishment." That's nice. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Spilled ink.
Yes. I'm going to go with Catherine Gotthardt. She has a special announcement that I will let her tell everyone about. So go for it.
Oh, well, okay, this is early. I didn't mean to announce it tonight, but I'm going to announce it anyway. My next book is coming out. I'm really excited about it. It's coming out through Local Gems Press. It's called Get Happy, Damn It. And it's going to be it's a mixed genre book, and it is a handbook for inspiration and motivation. And I think that'll be coming out probably within the next month. So the next time we meet, it will be available, and hope to do some readings from Get Happy, Damn It.
All right, cool.
Thank you, John.
Mm-hmm.
This is not in Get Happy, Damn It. This is meditation on gratitude. Were the day red with sunrise, orange with imagination, or were rain to land abruptly like footfall? Were I to taste overtones of high notes and chicory in my morning coffee? Were my walk to work be anything less than tedious? I might have different thoughts, less poetic thoughts. How I appreciate the strict clack of the mundane, another Monday. And this next one is called Work from Home, which is starting to get to me. What I'm learning from the pandemic is stop. Stop doing what you're doing, from top to middle to bottom. Stop the redundancy. Stop the multitasking. Stop the idiocy. Juggling, superheroing won't help now. Overachieving is stupid. See how it works? Edit that slide again, marking the place needing changing. Go ahead. No matter how many times you click save, it won't happen. No matter how often you have rewritten, held a shallow breath, reading everything for the 100th time, just to make sure they'll understand, sharp glint of monitor landing in your eye, thin slice of virtual reality served as lunch, scant minutes to refill coffee, then back to your seat, strapping your mind in with you as if there were a real ride. Just stop. Turn off the morning news. Go to the old stereo. Turn on the blues. Because if anyone knows the trouble you feel, it's the songwriters, musicians making it real, telling us what it is to be alive, how every thought has a place, how every pain has brought us closer to where we need to be. Don't be afraid to tune out. Don't fear the off button. It was made for a reason. It's okay to cough. It's allergy season. That's all.
All right. Let me see. Good job.
Thank you.
All right, let me see. We're gonna go Kathy, Hailey.
All right. Hang on one sec.
All right. And then I have Kimberly and then William. That's my middle row. So Kathy, Kimberly, and William.
Okay, I'm gonna read just the poem I wrote today for the 30 poems in April for the prompt weather. But I also wrote a silly sonnet for Alice. Shall I save that for some other in-person situation, John? Or
If you have it, you might as well read it. And
did anybody else do Alice's prompt?
What?
Did anyone else do Alice's prompt?
I did, but I told her it's the whole scene, and I said I'll just read it to you later.
Okay.
So it was quite large.
All right. All right. So this is Fair Weather Foe, and it's sort of a political rant. So sorry. The president says coronavirus changes with the weather, its potency shriveling to nearly nothing in the sun. In 1918, flu pandemic research suggested something similar, field hospitals in outdoor tents faring better than hospitals indoors. But after yesterday's press conference, the research touted seems to be, to me, fake justification for a 4th of July military parade that in his mind might actually take place this summer, with spectators equal to the numbers at Martin Luther King Jr.'s March on Washington. After an expert presentation, the president launched into riffing. Imagine injecting Clorox, Lysol, or isopropyl alcohol into lungs of COVID-19 infected patients suffering in intensive care units. Envision ultraviolet lamps inserted into bodies of desperate grandfathers, grandmothers, and younger people with pre-existing conditions. Even autism and possibly ADHD might count as comorbidities because of their effects on dysregulation of the immune system, marked by abnormal cytokine levels that lead to cytokine storms in some patients. I'm not faring well trying to weather this pandemic storm. Perhaps I'll fare better if, with a change of weather, we are blessed with a change of leadership in the fall. So I'm sort of torn on the other poem. I can read it now or save it for some occasion when Alice is asking others to read from her prompt. Oh, John, I can't hear you.
I think you should read it because we never know when this is going to get over, and we don't know.
Okay.
So we might, if you have it, I say read it.
Okay, so one of the passages she sent was the passage with the witches with Hurlyburly in it. And basically I just borrowed some of the words in this section, in this passage from Macbeth, and wrote a poem called It's Hurlyburly Time. The Hurlyburly virus has arrived, snuck in through thunder, lightning, and rain, maybe snow with the calendar revised. While the battle's fought, it will be our bane. Alone to save lives in our separate homes, no meetings allowed except on the Zoom, the heaths having been closed for all to roam, no doubt a case of our pandemic gloom. They told us we can't gather publicly. We skip rocks and creeks, walk a solo path, seek out nature's muse to write poetry, honor words, avoid Hurlyburly's wrath, entertain friends on Zoom with silly rhymes till we meet again in healthier times. Okay, that's it.
Oh, that's a big thumbs up. I liked it. She'll like that too.
I'll send it to her, I guess.
Good. All right, going to Kimberly Ray. Kimberly Ray.
All right.
And her cat, no, was that the dog or the cat? I can't remember.
It was, I have a dog. I had to get him out of the office. He was bothering us. So I'm going to read a few poems that I've done lately. Been busy during this lockdown, so hopefully something works out. I've got one called The Disposables. Here goes. We met there in the bar most nights, the same drink, the same table, conversing over troubles. We leaned on each other in those long nights. This night I sit and wait at the same table with the same drink. You hadn't arrived yet, and I linger for hours wondering. Nights like this pass. Was it something I said? Was there someone new? What was it keeping you? Then one day you arrived, then you arrived one night through the doors, stammering in, lingering around a new table, drinking with someone new, laughing at her jokes. She's pawing at you. Reviewing the menu, I ponder if there's a new drink for me. Is there another table with better lighting? Or is there someone other to lean on? All right, that's The Disposables. Next, I have Screaming Amongst the Silence. This was brought up by a word prompt, and I was doing this practice for the last couple weeks. Screaming amongst the silence. My insides are frantic, red hot and rebellious, toiling and pacing until we can find an end, searching for peace, a single breath. That's what it might take, or a walk deep into the forest. Silence lingers, without answers, and without a sound of anyone around. I scream and let it all out. And my last one I'll do is Our Misfortune. Your hand slips into mine. The fortune teller notices our smiles with glittering eyes. She's convinced there's a future between us. The fortune teller smiles and invites us in. Laying down cards one by one, betrayal and secrets will keep us from the love that has swept us into a whirlwind. We turn to each other stunned, but a laugh begins. Sorry, no refunds.
All right, thank you for that. We're going to William. Will's the one.
Guys, can you hear me? All right. First name Wills, last name the one. Writing nonsense is my fun. I write this and that. I don't care if it's chicken scratch. Creativity is number one. That's a little intro I got. Now, my first poem is called What Makes a Complete Birthday. It's pretty much suitable because today is my birthday. I just turned 29. So, yes, I'm getting old. One more year until I reach the big 3-0. What makes a complete birthday? I can't believe it is your day of birth. Now it's time to make it what it's worth. Before you go out and cherish whatever brings, this is the day that you deserve these following things. Love. It's plain and simple. People who truly cares about you, no matter what, you can always depend on the ones you love. Relaxation. When you are on your feet or working with your hands, you need a break to collect your thoughts. There's nothing better to spend your birthday is enjoyment. Lessons. Since you were born, you're starting to growing not only physically, but also mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Any event you're either as spectacular or tragic, you must learn the lesson and learn from it. Celebration. The greatest thing on your day of birth, the day you gather the people to rejoice this important occasion. Oh, I forgot one thing. Happy birthday, have fun, and be safe. The next one is called Adapt. Like this pandemic is pretty much like a big challenge for everybody because we never saw this one coming at all. So whatever we do, we have to adapt to what happens, and soon we can conquer it. So this is Adapt. There were many things the world's changing. I looked up to the sky and see how great life is. Not much has changed over the years. Personally, I feel like it has changed. It's hard for me to adapt. Forget that. It's hard for everybody to adapt. Life can throw you curveballs. You either dodge or catch. It may be slow, but you can pick it up. Adapt. The way to work from a difficult situation to a simple situation. That's Adapt.
Yeah.
My last one, if you guys I have a poetry site on Facebook called Will's the One. If you look at your chat, you see the information on Facebook. So I've been writing like a series, thinking about writing a series in this situation, being quarantined and writing poetry. So I combine them and call it Quarantry. And this is one of them. It's called Trapped. Trapped inside without any light. Not telling if it's day or night. Trapped inside without any food source. Wishing there is a meal, 3-course. Trapped inside without any enjoyment. Nobody telling me about my limit. Trapped without any knowledge. Learning how to speak the language. Trapped inside without any technology. Some say it's mechanical biology. Trapped without any hope, making your own choices to cope. Trapped inside without any cure. Ingredients to make our bodies pure. Trapped without any feeling, 24/7, staring at the ceiling. Trapped without any creativity. You lead us to endless possibility. Help! I'm trapped. Could someone please unlock the door? Now that's Trapped by Will's the One, from Will's the One.
All right.
Oh, man.
John, we can't hear you. You're on mute.
There, better?
Better.
All right. One of these days we'll learn this thing. All right. Bottom row. Thank you. I was just going to say thanks, Will, and enjoy your birthday. Happy birthday. Be safe. All right. The bottom row, we have Megan and her cat. Yes. It's becoming a tradition. And then we have David. And I like it how Megan and David right there, cat and dog right there, bottom row. And then last but not least, Joseph Hickey. So, all right, Megan, let me make sure. Are you on? Hold on.
Sorry, I'm trying to unmute.
All right,
Okay.
and I was trying to unmute you too, so we were playing there. All right, here we go. Megan, take it away, and your cat.
Mute. Okay, so he is being very talkative today, so I'll try to do this in between sideswipe cat. I'll have to do that as a poem. Okay, so this was a prompt from NaPoWriMo a couple years ago, and I think it sort of fits. I'm reading some slightly older stuff today. Swing. The swing of a bat, the haft of wood never ceases to bring spring alive. Baseball to others, a right, a game. The pull of an oar sending shells to water, a swish through summer heat. All games to make one sane, if not lean, remain undone. I desk-bound grow older, wider, not wiser. My mood swings lower each day as I paper hunt and paper bury. Even my dreams are negative. So today I choose to swing free up towards the sky. Today I choose to swing free of negative vibes surrounding me, filling my head with lead cotton. I swing. Sorry, this will just take a second. Barcelona. The paint of wisdom is found on the brushstrokes of summer heat. In the shoal sound of Barcelona dance the night strings and heat fusion, a lingering kiss of sangria, shared tones of sand and summer, memories that I can almost touch. The black and white flickers of home movies and the long glide of thin cars melt into summer of yesterday and the graying of today. And it'll just take a minute to get my third one. And feel free, John, to get a better title. I really like the title, but I don't know if it really fits. So if you want another title, I don't have a problem.
Is this the one that's called Waiting for Godot?
Yeah.
I love the title, so I'm hoping. Well,
Waiting for Godot. Waiting for an idea burst is like waiting for Godot, a stoop of emptiness. The old disappearing light bulb is in the far corner, hiding carbon-fanged shame. The new, the bright fluorescent, well, for idea burst is well obscene. You can't draw corkscrews. So what to do while waiting for images? All I see are long cylinders and dirty thoughts, and I wait, wanting the old and afraid of the new.
Liked it. Yep. I think we keep the title. Let's keep that title. I like the imagery. All right, let's go to David. Let me make sure. I got you. All right, David.
I'm unmuted. Wonderful. I'm David Holloway. I'm going to read some poems I wrote probably before a lot of you were alive, but we'll see how they hold up. These are back in the days when I was living in Miami, Florida, and they're Florida poems. First one is called Walking Catfish. More of a flop, really, but it sure ain't no jog, trot, run. No hurry. I've got all night. I slip and slither, slip and slide, fin and chin my way across golf courses, well-kept lawns, highways, from ditch to pond to creek. Whenever the mood suits or I'm ready for a stroll, I jump up and make tracks. They think I may be African, but they only know for sure that I don't belong in Florida. Don't belong in no golf course water hazard. Don't belong in no bass-stocked lake. Don't belong in no condominium goldfish pond. You see, I'm considered rough, crude. They say I'm not a sporting fish. What they mean is I don't play by their rules. I can leave when I like and I go where I please. I don't wait for an invitation or a by your leave. All the big fish men have studied me. They all voice concern, call me things like alien or exotic, make reports and recommendations, map a course of action, plan a new procedure. They just can't stop the walking catfish. Other fish die when they try. They poison the water, drain the pond, try everything. Everything works and everything doesn't. They get rid of me, but I'm back with the next full moon from across the tracks or across the county, stealing food from their native fish and startling their dogs at midnight. Maybe I did just start out across some pet store parking lot like they say. That don't matter, you see. I can breathe the air here. I was walking catfish. And second one is Thick Days in Miami. The sickening sweet smell of rotting mangoes wakes me every morning. I drink my coffee to the chattering green of parrots in the mango trees. A fat green lizard as big as my arm sits on the roof of my car, its yellow jaws slimy with the pulpy orange fruit, wagging its tail like a cat. The angry vegetable traffic on US 1 creeps grimly on. I'm stuck in my metal cell with the wildly posturing disc jockey. My head throbs with the speaker, and I turn the volume a little higher. I want out. I'm surrounded by people caught in the same briar patch. Men in sports cars with the top down tanning on their way to work. Women in pink Cadillacs with yapping toy poodles on the seat beside them. People in Mercedes and BMWs with cocaine and expensive handguns in the glove compartments. Rusted out pickup trucks with cement mixers in their beds. People are adjusting their air conditioners, combing their hair in rearview mirrors, tapping their fingers on steering wheels, rolling down their windows and throwing out cigarette butts, shouting at their kid in the back seat to shut up and settle down unless he wants a smack. People remembering their dead mothers and people forgetting them. All of them have their eyes on the road and their hands on the wheel, and they all wish they were somewhere else but don't know exactly where. I pay $2 to park all day. When I turn the key, my car won't stop. It chatters and coughs, shows no signs of stopping. I sit covered in sweat and embarrassment till it finally dies. I wipe my face and leave the car. But it takes a little longer every day. That's it.
Nicely done. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, David.
Thanks.
Much appreciated. All right, we have one to go. Joseph, let me see. Let me see. Maybe we're playing. There. All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
How's my sound quality? Is it good?
You sound okay to me. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna start reading my piece here. Okay. Autumn is welcomed by the rain, the last of the summer rays dispersed by the chilly wind. And I walk around the lake once again, seeing the passage of time, watching the ripples in the water. Autumn is welcomed by anthems sung by 1,000 birds, flying and singing and thriving. Song for the sake of song, life for the sake of life, love for the sake of anything made that was made. And as the days pass, feelings grow inside of me that you can never see, and the world cannot define. So I spend all day either contemplating it or writing about it. Words coming together into lines, lines coming together into stanzas, stanzas mesh and become poems. Poems reach your soul and become something beautiful together. I bring with me the memory of moments spent in dreams, about running from the passing time. The way you look at me, a stranger, and then you walk away, and then you look away. Winter is ushered in by snowstorms and regrets. That's the end. You're muted, can't hear you.
Good job. All right. John Cowgill just came back on. Let me see if he's there. John, do you have anything? I don't think. He sent me a
Testing,
message.
1, 2, 3.
Yes, it works.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, you're working. You're working, John.
Hi, John.
Hello?
Go ahead, read something, John.
We hear you, John.
Hello?
Yeah. John Cowgill.
John, we can hear you.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. All right. I will try to fix him for the next time because I know he's having trouble. He sent me a message saying he was having trouble with.
Hello?
John Cowgill, are you there? Are you hearing us?
Hello?
No. There's oh. And now
Nick has joined us.
we have Nick.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
We were having trouble with John Cowgill, so we don't know what. I think he couldn't get audio and just video, or video and not audio. So he's having trouble. So did you have anything for us tonight?
Yeah, but I don't know what I'm gonna read yet. I just kind of got home from Micro Center, so.
All right.
It's your turn.
It's my turn. What?
Yes, it's
your turn.
Yes.
Okay.
Your timing was perfect.
Yeah.
So do what you normally do.
I can't hear you.
Oh,
You
Nick?
can't hear me? Yes.
Yes, I hear you.
Yes.
I was
Okay.
like, do what you normally do. Just start pontificating and filling time while you get yourself set.
All right. Well, I was trying to work on getting some kind of video set up, but I think I'll just put that off for now. Even though I have my really cool Nova Bards background, I wanted to show off.
Oh, but I like the picture of you in the tuck, so go for it.
Okay. And also to anyone who has ordered and is waiting for Spilled Ink anthologies, I have all the I have the address list now, and I have envelopes, and I have the books, which means I'm going to be putting them in the mail probably tomorrow, if not, by Monday. So keep an eye out for those. I will send emails out to the people who are waiting. So if you're waiting for that, thank you for your patience, and I will get those out very soon. And I still am looking for stuff, but I'm very, very close to something. My computer, like most of my files, are on a separate hard drive that is not connected to. Wait a minute, it is. That solves a lot of problems. All right, I'm just gonna pull something out from about 2017. There we go. This sounds good.
All right.
How many should I do? Like one?
Do two.
Okay. Two. Well, I'll start with this one, and maybe I'll find something by the time I'm done with it. This is based on a true story, sort of. This is for Anna. I've never had any interest in you, not in that way, but the weight of your name and that disdainful eye-rolled scowl. This is how I remember you. passing judgment on a man's hello misread as a come on. The grudge weighs heavy as the arrogance that haloed your flaming hair, eyes, and brow whispered, I'm too good for you. I never liked you. Uncreative creativity, misread attraction. I read How You're Doing and how your new book, they call it exquisite and fresh as if it were a tomato. I might be curious enough to read it, but I don't like tomatoes. And let's go with, yeah, why not? This is called, I was sick of people ranting about politics and not doing anything about it, so I did something about it. Strap on your lead boots and goose step on the face of love, crutching brittle parts. Each time you use that word, God kills a broken heart. I'm way ahead of you, out back, slinging shotgun, hunting wrens and white chickens, pile them high on the red pushcart like they brought out their dead. Burn photo, painting, crayon, drawing, set fire to homesteads, strike plowshares with swords, end idyllic rural nightmares. I don't need the floral chains of other expert opinions. That's all I've got.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. All right. John Cowgill did send a message. Yeah, I guess he's can't do the speakers and the microphone at the same time. So I just told him we could try it again. We'll try it tomorrow. I believe that is it for Spilled Ink. We did great. We had, let me see, 10 people tonight, so that's good. And I know my daughter is going to like it because it's less than the hour. She was like, Dad, the videos are too long. Can't have those long videos, because she is a YouTuber. Notice I did say, just put a like in the bottom and then subscribe to the YouTube channel. I learned that all from my daughter.
You're supposed to say,
Done.
click that like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell to make sure you get the notifications.
Yes, that's right.
Done.
Did you say welcome to my channel?